Good question, Marina.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, great question, Marina. Thank you. Any other questions for Lorenzo? Anybody else? Don't be shy.
There's a question in the chat.
Oh, okay. Let's see. It says MA Linguistics with TESOL certificate. Is it enough getting hired easily to teach others English versus someone with an MA TESOL? Does one have more benefit than the other? Research work, teaching in schools, universities, community colleges, public K through 12 schools.
What a good question. Yeah, absolutely. It depends, of course, what the goal is, what kind of teacher you want to do. So for teaching ESL, for teaching English as a second language or any other language, maybe you want to teach French, or maybe you want to teach Spanish or Korean or Japanese, or whatever language it is that you would like to teach, normally a master's in linguistics or a master's in TESOL is enough. That because a 2-year master's program is going to have a lot of classes that help you both understand the grammatical structure of the language that you want to teach, but also they help you learn teaching techniques. How do you keep, how do you organize a class from beginning to end? How do you take a skill and how do you make a class in order to teach that skill? So normally an MA in linguistics or an MA in TESOL is enough to teach a language in a program similar to Mission College. Now, that's a difference. If what you want to do is just teach language, maybe an MA TESOL is enough. That's fine. But if you want to do research, or if you want to do if you want to get funding from different funding sources in order to do research and learn how to teach better, and to write publications and contribute as a science, then it's maybe better to do an MA linguistics, because an MA linguistics will allow you to continue to do possibly a doctorate in linguistics or any advanced degree in linguistics, and that is where most of the science is happening. But don't be discouraged, because any one of us can do science as linguists. Basically, there's so many things that we can contribute to. We can get in touch with researchers and give them our experience, and there's all different ways that we can get involved. So if your goal is to teach English specifically, getting an MA in TESOL is an excellent choice for you.
Thank you. Great question, Alina, and thank you for your answer, Lorenzo. Any other questions? We still have a few more minutes. Oh, Alina has another question. Out of curiosity, is there any computational language work with indigenous languages?
Oh, that is a good question. Yeah. Now, one thing about doing computational linguistics work or research on like using computers on language data is that you need a lot of data. You need like for example, English is an example of a language that has lots of linguistic data. There's websites in English that you can gather and then run experiments on. There are corpora, there are libraries that have got big data sets that you can use. And by definition, the problem with indigenous languages is that we don't have enough data like at all. For a lot of these languages, we don't even know how to say please or thank you, or like really basic things. It just has never been written down. It only lives in the minds of the speakers that live in these very remote, difficult to access areas. They don't have internet. So it's very difficult to access that, right? So it's hard to do computational work on indigenous languages. So most of the places where indigenous languages and computational things meet is where we are trying to build databases of these languages. And so it's a work of literally going there, recording, and then typing up what you recorded and making that available in some sort of website so that others can use that data so that they can do research or learn or do what they want. So right now, the hardest part about working with indigenous languages is putting them into a place where we can do computational linguistics work. It's corpora creation, we call it. And that is really where a lot of the effort is. And unfortunately, there's not enough people doing it. There's not enough money being paid so that people can be motivated to do it, because we got to make a living, we got to work, right? You pay our rent and, you know, raise our kids, and it's hard to just do this kind of difficult, time-consuming work for free. So hopefully in the future we can get more support from governments and NGOs so that we can do more of this work. But yeah, computational linguistics is still very just in the beginning stages for indigenous languages.
Thank you. That was a great question. And I can see you, Lorenzo, leading that, you know, effort in the future. If there is an opportunity with government in hiring, you know.
Always keeping an eye open.
Every-
Actually, we have some ongoing programs right now that are paused because of the pandemic, but hopefully soon we can go back and start this again.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see more comments, questions here. So I have another interview that I have to go to. So I'm going to switch over to Marina is going to take on the rest of the session, and I am going to move on. But I wanted to let everybody know that the next session is an interview of Rosa Sosa, who is our former student at Mission College, who now works as cybersecurity expert at NASA. So I'm going to drop in the link in the chat. And if you guys want to join us, it's from 4 o'clock to 5. And I'm going to make you, Marina, our host. Okay. Is that okay? Did you get it?
Thank you, Chigusa.
Thank you so much, Lorenzo.
Thank you. Good to see you,
Good to see you.
Good luck with the next session.
Thank you.
All right. So yeah, if we have any more questions, if anybody wants to stay a couple minutes, Lorenzo, if you want to, if you are able to stay a few more minutes, maybe we can answer the last question. And I just wanted to say, I posted a link in the chat of a play that I saw a few years ago, and it's called